You wake up in the morning, your phone in hand, mindlessly scrolling through endless feeds. A small voice says, "Get up, you've got things to do." But then another voice, softer and more comforting, whispers, "Just a little longer, it's so cozy here." And in that quiet moment, you find yourself caught in a battle. The first battle of the day. It's the kind of battle that no one else sees, but it's a battle as real as any fight on a battlefield. In fact, this internal conflict, the tug-of-war between your higher self and your lower self, is the very struggle described in the Bhagavad Gita, one of the most revered texts in spiritual history. The Gita isn't just another ancient text. It's a conversation that takes place in the middle of the world's most epic battlefield, the Kurukshetra. Two armies, thousands of warriors, and the fate of a kingdom hang in the balance. But the real war isn't the one fought with swords and arrows, it's the war inside. The Gita doesn't just tell the story of a warrior's fight on a battlefield. It's about the war inside each of us, between our higher aspirations and our everyday fears, doubts, and desires. This is a war that goes beyond swords and shields. It's fought with every choice we make, every action we take, and every emotion we confront. At the heart of the story stands Arjuna, the greatest warrior of his time, paralyzed with doubt. He's paralyzed not because of the physical war in front of him, but because of the emotional and moral war within. He's ready to lay down his weapons, torn between his duty and his emotions. This moment of hesitation, of inner turmoil, would repeat for centuries to come. A universal representation of the human struggle. It's not just Arjuna's dilemma, it's ours too. Every day, each of us faces the same internal battle. The choice between doing what's difficult and doing what's easy. The tug between acting with purpose or succumbing to fear, doubt, or laziness. This internal conflict is not bound by time. It's universal and timeless. Arjuna's struggle is of understanding one's purpose amidst confusion and making decisions in the face of uncertainty. And that's when Krishna, his guide, steps in. Krishna doesn't simply tell Arjuna to fight. He reveals a deeper truth, that the true battle is one of the mind, a battle for clarity, for purpose, and for mastery over oneself. Krishna teaches Arjuna, and through him, all of us, that the struggle within us is just as real, if not more so, than any external challenge. The Gita's first lesson is about dharma, which means purpose. Dharma is not your job, your role, or your responsibilities. It's the deeper reason behind why you're here. It's what gives meaning to your actions and decisions. We cannot translate the word dharma into English because there is no concept like dharma in the English dictionary. Dharma is both a universal concept as well as a personal concept. Universal because it is applicable to every being in the world, and personal because everyone has to make their own definition of it. Dharma means the law that governs the universe, and dharma also means your true calling. The Gita teaches us that when you are connected to your dharma, you rise above doubt, indecision, and distractions. You can act with clarity guided by your higher self, not swayed by the fleeting emotions or external pressures. However, even with this understanding of dharma, there's a challenge. How can we truly discern the right course of action? How can we know if what we're doing is in alignment with what is just and true? The Gita makes it clear that mortals are limited in their understanding of dharma and adharma. Our grasp of the consequences of our actions is clouded by our perceptions. Time itself will ultimately reveal whether our actions align with what is right. Only in the fullness of time, when all things unfold, will we see if our actions merit reward or punishment. And in this uncertainty, Krishna offers a solution, nishkama karma, or selfless action. He says, Karmanyevadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. This is a concept that might seem strange at first. Krishna tells Arjuna to act without attachment to the results. Success or failure, praise or blame, they're all temporary. What matters is the effort, the commitment, the sincerity you bring to your actions. Detachment is not about not caring. It's about doing your best and letting go of the need for outcomes to define you. Action, when performed with detachment, is the right action, regardless of the consequences. Krishna also guides Arjuna to relinquish the ego of being the doer. We often act from a place of pride or desire for recognition, thinking that we control the outcomes. But Krishna teaches us that our senses, minds, and intellects are powered by a divine energy, the same energy that fuels the entire universe. We are merely instruments doing our part in a much larger plan. By letting go of the need for recognition and surrendering to the divine energy that flows throughout us, we act with purity, in alignment with our highest self. The Gita teaches us that life is full of uncertainties, and the consequences of our actions may never be fully known to us. But by practicing Nishkama Karma, we can navigate these uncertainties with wisdom and peace, acting in harmony with our dharma, without being swayed by fear or attachment. Think about your own life. Every day, you're faced with moments of choice, whether it's sticking to your commitments even when they're tough, or reacting to anger with calm instead of rage. These moments, these battles, might seem small, but they're shaping who you are. How you choose to respond to them is the difference between being ruled by your emotions or rising above them. The Gita reminds us that victory doesn't come from perfection. It comes from persistence. We all slip up. We all get overwhelmed. We all have moments where the lower self takes control, and that's okay. The Gita isn't about being perfect. It's about getting back up, showing up, and continuing the fight. Every time you choose effort over laziness, compassion over anger, and patience over fear, you win a small but significant victory. Krishna also teaches Arjuna and us to see the bigger picture. Life's challenges, no matter how difficult, aren't here to break us. They're here to help us grow, to sharpen our resolve, to strengthen our character. The battles we face are part of a larger design, helping us move toward the realization of our higher selves. And this is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, to master the inner conflict that each of us faces every day. It teaches us that the greatest battles we fight is within ourselves. The external world may be chaotic, but the key to true peace lies in mastering our emotions, thoughts, and actions. Think of Arjuna. He was ready to give up, paralyzed by uncertainty and fear, but through Krishna's guidance, he found the courage to rise, to fight, and to fulfill his dharma. In the same way, each of us has the power to rise above our doubts, to make choices aligned with our higher self, and to face life's challenges with clarity and strength. Because every day in your own life, you step onto your own version of the Kurukshetra. The Gita teaches us that the small decisions we make, whether to rise and act, whether to react with patience or anger, are the battles that define our journey. The war is real, but the path forward is clear. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us to persist, to rise, and to keep moving forward to our higher self, one choice at a time. Hare Krishna.